Hello, this is Kim, and I wanted to talk a little bit about a video that I just saw on YouTube about Michael Moore talking about Occupy Wall Street. I put the link of the video in the description below, so you can maybe watch it first if you haven't already seen it, and then come back to this video. What I saw was Michael Moore supporting the people of Occupy Wall Street and even supporting everyone around the country, everyone around in America, doing the same with their banks, protesting, going out on the streets, actually trying to make people get angry and upset about this, blaming the banks for being kleptomaniacs and stealing the money from the good people in America. So obviously he's trying to get people to blame the banks and get really angry at the banks, and then out of that anger go onto the streets and protest and um, create a big thing of Occupy Wall Street. Now, why is this not going to work, and why is Michael Moore talking absolute bullshit, is what I'm going to talk a little bit about right now. So this is not going to work in terms of actually making a change in this world and making a change in the country and the system of America, but not only America, but the actual capitalist system that enables banks to be kleptomaniacs and to steal and be corrupt and everything. It's not going to change anything about the system that we're living in, wherein such corruption exists and where you have the small guy, the little guy who is just trying to earn some money so that he can support himself and his family in this reality, and then you have the big fish as the big corporations and the banks who just have everything and are apparently the thieves of the people. So a system that allows something like that is the capitalist system, which is what we all live in. And for the system to be able to change, and for us to be able to change the system, we're not going to do it through protesting. We're going to do it through actually educating ourselves first. And what Michael Moore is supporting is exactly the opposite of educating ourselves. He's trying to get people to emotionally react. So to get angry and to, from that anger as an emotion, go and do crazy shit. Because what do you do when you get emotional? You do crazy shit. Because, I mean, look at your own life. When you get angry in a situation, you can't control yourself anymore, and you go and do stupid shit. I mean, so if people were to actually go out on the streets fueled with anger and frustrations, then they're going to get themselves arrested, or barely, or shit's going to happen, and it's just not going to be pretty, and it's not going to solve anything, because what does emotion do is it blinds you and it paralyzes you from actually seeing clearly at the situation that you're actually in, and it paralyzes you and blinds you from actually seeing a solution for the situation, because you cannot, from a clear perspective, look at reality and see what is here. You cannot see the basic mathematics that is working within this reality as 1 + 1 is 2, meaning that you cannot see the consequences of your own actions. You just act out of an emotion and you don't see where it's actually going to lead. You can't equate what's going to happen, like, okay, if I go out on the streets protesting, how is that going to affect in the system? And if everybody were to go out onto the streets protesting just like me, how is that going to have an effect on the system, and what's going to happen then? See, you can only equate such a thing, and you can only actually mathematically equate the consequences of your actions when you get to know the system, when you educate yourself about the system and how it works. Only then can you actually truly do something within the system, knowing exactly what's going to actually happen, and um, how your movements are going to affect the system. So in that way, you could actually equate your actions and know exactly where what you do is going to take you, and it's going to take the whole system. So only when you educate yourself and you know exactly what you're doing in every moment, which isn't emotionally driven, but it is within and as absolute clarity, that you can actually make a change in this world, and that you can actually direct this world um, in a way that is truly best for all. Because when you act only out of emotion, such as anger and frustration, then you act out of selfishness, you act out of self-preservation, and only considering your emotions, only considering your life and your feelings and your experience within this reality. And then you're creating a shit and a fucked up reality, because you're not actually considering the reality. You're not considering the system, because this is a system. I mean, this whole banking, corporation, government shit is a system of people, and it's sort of living its own life. So you have to first get to an understanding of what the system is and what your place is in the system. Okay. I think that's about what I had to say about that. So um, mm, my suggestion would be, with regards to Michael Moore, to not allow yourself to get all rallied up by someone who is trying to just instigate your emotions and instigate your desire to survive in this reality, where you don't want people to steal from you. You don't want the corporations to steal your money. So you go into a frenzy and hate and anger and frustrations, and then you'll just do crazy stuff. Just get yourself here first. Um, just research reality and research yourself and who you are. Stop your emotions if you actually want to make a change in this world. You have to stop all selfishness first, and then you can move yourself, and you can move yourself effectively, and actually within and as actually knowing what you're doing into absolute precision. Okay, thank you for watching.